brothers when I was a kid.
I was in college.
I feel I'm part of a beautiful family.
My mom was an avid sci-fi fan, so she turned me on to Star Trek.
It just took me one episode to fall in love with the characters and this other world that I couldn't understand, but I felt like I could relate to.
Favorite Star Trek memories?
One of my favorite Star Trek memories.
I remember as a kid just looking in the mirror and working on my Captain Jean-Luc Picard. My favorite part was the sort of, oh no, the ship's gonna blow moments. So they would go, oh no, the ship's gonna blow.
All the hot chicks, man, all the hot chicks in the
Futuristic idea, but at the same time, it was really all about the humanity.
It's lasted because it's positive, it's hopeful.
Star Trek appealed to me even as a child, as hope and optimism for the future.
It showed me the hope, the possibility of seeing different cultures come together. Everything I learned, I really did learn from Star Trek.
Star Trek has inspired so many people, and I hope the next 50 continue to inspire people to go beyond.
My first knowledge, discovery of Star Trek was in another language. I was walking from one bedroom to the other, and my mother was sitting in front of the TV with her mother and her grandmother, and they were watching an episode of Star Trek in Spanish. And I remember just the sound of the music and the title in Spanish and how it was just so Viaje a las Estrellas, and it was so much fun for me. So that's my story of Star Trek.
My first Star Trek memory was probably less than a decade after it first aired, which goes to show how old I am. It's the face of Baylock from the episode Call 911. It's Clint Howard's little sort of alien proxy, which scared the living bejesus out of me. And I used to hide behind a cushion because he always would appear in the photo montage at the end of the show. It was either him or the green Orion slave girl. It was like Russian roulette. I saw him squeal from terror. Growing up, it was just something that I tuned in to watch every tea time on BBC Two, and that's an extraordinary thing that I got the part of Scotty in J.J. Abrams' reimagining of the timeline. Now it is virtually my entire life, so live long and prosper. Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm Savage. Welcome to the Star Trek Beyond fan event. Tonight, we are going to boldly go where no one has gone before. You might not know it, but right now we are in a piece of history. We are standing in the middle of stage 31, and this is one of the stages they filmed the original series of Star Trek on. And for me personally, the first time I saw a kiss on television, the woman was green. I don't know what I was learning from Captain Kirk. It probably wasn't great. But that show formed me. The early 70s, it was on constantly. And it absolutely is a key part of the person that I ended up becoming. Tonight is going to be full of surprises for you guys that we are really excited about. We are thrilled that you're going to see the first to see the new trailer for Star Trek Beyond. And as you may or may not know, this year marks the 50th anniversary of Star Trek. And just so everyone understands, 50 and 50 refers to a video segment we're going to ask people to record of their most memorable moments of Star Trek over the last 50 years in 50 seconds. Later, every single one of you is going to have a chance to record your own. We're going to put them up on Facebook. All right, let us get right into it. There's no need to delay anymore. Let's bring out the producer of Star Trek, ladies and gentlemen, J.J. Abrams. guys from the various things you guys have like. Does that mean?
But at the same time, feels familiar to the Star Trek we all grew up on.
Making a Star Trek picture is like making no other picture.
Some charming about 3, 2, 1, left. But basically, shape set is much more exciting.
These sets were all on gimbals and hydraulics and really immersive.
Because it's Star Trek, we could do stuff I've never been able to do on another movie, like a Gold Canyon, a Blue Planet.
The set we built in the rock quarry was a huge undertaking from start to finish.
We rearranged the whole quarry into our set.
Tom works in the most unique way of any designer I've worked with, in that he works largely with physical models that are unbelievable.
You certainly know you're in a Star Trek picture when there's 50 aliens walking around.
The scope of this film is tremendous. Since it was its 50th anniversary, we wanted 50 different, unique alien races.
There are more aliens in this movie than in either of the other ones combined.
It's monumental, the amount of work that this crew has generated.
She's tying Jayla's wig one hair at a time.
There was a very conscious effort to make Jayla iconic. The elegance of the lines is really what makes it stand out.
I like that second skin. I like what it brought to me.
The important thing to Justin was that the movie was diverse, especially in a movie like this where there are people from all over the galaxy.
I definitely have envy of Chris Fine's and Anton's survival suit.
Justin also wanted to modify the existing look of the Star Trek uniforms.
Our costumes have a little bit more of a retro feel, but yet modernized and catered to this world.
I added long sleeves on the women's uniform, so and other women on the set were all very pleased that women finally get dressed.
What's been most special for me is getting the gang back together.
I've just been really enjoying how weird and funny everyone is.
The cast is so welcoming. We're all fans of each other, which is great.
It's been an absolute delight.
This movie is fun, it's tense, there's great heart in it.
It was pretty amazing to be part of bringing that to life.
We have another Twitter question. This movie is more fun or more dark than the last two? Again, from Black Mirror as well.
For me, it's always this film. The most fun I have on this film is having fun, and I think the tone of this film is definitely in the vein of what we did in the first, which was kind of fun pop, which has great pathos and great storylines, some great action. But we like to have fun. It's not the super broad of Marvel. It's not meta. It's just fun. And that's why we all like to make each other laugh. And Simon behind me, with his pen in the background, giving us some good zingers and whatnot. We had a blast, and I think you'll see that in this film.
Justin was talking about the incredible fantasy of getting to direct Star Trek, being in love with it since he was a kid. And every little boy spends their childhood running around pretending they're a superhero and shooting and hiding behind stuff. But you guys actually do this for a living in movies like this. Are there times when you're on set where you're like,
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're on the bridge of the Enterprise and there's 50 million buttons, you cannot help but go and push every single one of them. Just to see if something's going to happen.
We also had a lot of other ships in this movie, which was really fun. Some other big ships and some little ships that we got to throw each other around. It was,
My favorite of this film is watching. I'll be in the chair. I'll see John and Anton, and they are doing hand calisthenics. They are swiping shit, levers. They're finding all sorts of stuff to do with this thing.
I'm thinking, I'm really glad they know what they're doing.
There he is. There's
I just want to say how much I love Star Trek and how much all of us love Leonard Nimoy, right?
Yeah!
Star Trek, first of all, painted a hopeful
visionary, adventurous, kind of sexy future. And as much as I loved William Shatner and loved Captain Kirk, Leonard Nimoy and his portrayal of Spock set up a beautiful dichotomy between the nerdiest part of us, which is just thinking about things, and the deep animal passions that reside inside the Vulcan soul and the human soul, because it was half Vulcan, half human. He represented, through that performance, a natural dichotomy in all persons, which is passion versus intellect. And he seemed to embody that in his own work. He didn't take himself seriously, which I loved. I got to interview him once on the old show, and in character, I didn't know who Leonard Nimoy was. And I actually asked him beforehand, said, do you mind if my character doesn't know who Spock was or anything of that stuff? And he goes, oh God, please, that would be fantastic. And we had a book of photography, nudes of women. And so I just treated him like a pornographer. And he seemed to enjoy that a lot. Let me ask you this, Lenny. Is this some sort of sick twist for you? And he said yes. So I'm very grateful to ever have met him, and I'm grateful for the art that he shared with all of us, aren't we?
This is Leonard Nimoy, Mr. Spock, co-star of Star Trek. I'd like to know what this role is that you play. Just what is the role?
Leonard has had such a cultural impact for over 50 years. He was a painter and a poet and a director and a philanthropist.
It's just an incredibly inspiring individual.
Ironically, he played a character who didn't experience emotion in the way that we do, but he was the spirit of Star Trek.
Science Officer Spock, reporting as ordered, Captain.
Spock, you haven't changed a bit. You're just as warm and sociable as ever.
He was a profoundly talented actor, and I know what he felt about this character and what it meant to be part of this world.
Looking back, what can we say about Star Trek and the effect that it has on people who love it so much?
The impact is enormous, and it's a positive impact.
He was an incredibly generous and thoughtful man, and he imbued that character with so many of his finest qualities, and he lived a beautiful life. We should all be so lucky to live half as fulfilled a life as he did.
So